Welcome back to the Knitterarium podcast. My name is Ruth. I'm your host. I'm a knitwear designer here in Westmeath in Ireland, where this podcast is coming to you from. Today is Wednesday, the 25th of October, and this is episode 32. We'll take care of a little bit of admin news now. The places that you can find me are on my website, knitterarium.com. You can find me on Instagram as Knitterarium, and I would be the most active on there. You will also find me fairly active in our Ravelry group, Knitterarium. So if you just search under the groups tab on Ravelry for Knitterarium, you will find us, and that is the place where you can get to know everybody a little bit better. We have introduction threads and chatter threads, and you will also find any giveaways and knit-alongs and show notes, and all of that will happen in the Ravelry group. In the description box down below, you will find links to any of the places and things that I mention and talk about, including the places that you can find me. And you will also find the show notes as well down below there, just so that it's easy for you to find the things that I'm talking about, and you can click straight to them. In our Ravelry group at the moment, we have the You Are Amazing Shawl knit along running. It ends now on the 31st of October, so it ends next Tuesday. It ends next Tuesday, the 31st. And the prizes that we have going for that, we have one of the prizes is this beautiful project bag from, if I can get the tag, from the Rick Rack Room. This is the project bag for that, and we also then have this skein of yarn. That's one of the other prizes, is this skein of yarn from Down Sheepy Lane. So they're the prizes that we have running for the You Are Amazing Shawl knit along. Now that also means, with that one ending, that we have our last shawl knit along for 2017 starting, and that is going to be the You Shine Like a Star shawl knit along, and that starts on November the 1st and it runs until December the 31st. Now there is already a chatter thread open in the Ravelry group. There is a link for that down below in the description box. So if you have been wanting to join in our shawl knit alongs this year, this is our last one, and we would love to have you join in. Just pop along to the chatter thread. You can start chatting about possible Knitterarium shawl patterns you're thinking of knitting, and your yarn, and all of that is open already and ready and waiting for you to pop in and join. I will be posting later today the yarn and the pattern that I will be knitting for that. So that is currently open and running, and I will show you the prices that we have for that next week when that starts. So I will. There is also in the Ravelry group the Oceans of Time pattern giveaway. That is that thread is still open. That thread will remain open until Wednesday, the 1st of November. I will close that. I will lock that thread on next Wednesday morning on the 1st of November, and I will draw the winner and announce it here on the podcast next week when I am recording. So that is still running, and I'll pop a picture of the Oceans of Time shawl in here now. And that will give you an idea of the pattern that is up for the giveaway. That, I think, is all of our admin news. So I think we will grab our knitting, we will get comfortable, and we will get started with the inside world of Knitterarium. The first part that I want to talk about for the inside world of Knitterarium is how completely unproductive my day was yesterday. I am a huge journal user, and normally bullet journaling. So every morning I would set out different tasks that need to be completed that day, or that I would like to get completed that day, I suppose, as well as different things that everybody in the household has maybe on that day. And while I may not get everything on that list done. Certain things might have to move to the next day because of different things that might crop up. Yesterday I completed nothing on my list. Not one task did I get completed. I had several designs that I needed to make progress on, and I had a lace chart I wanted to change certain parts of it. Now I got that done. I think while I was having my morning cuppa. I took that out, and that would be quite normal. I would maybe be just scribbling away while I'm having my morning cuppa, and so I got that done. But after that, I completed nothing else for the day. I didn't even spend it. It's not that I spent the day relaxing for myself and taking a break. It wasn't even a planned break. And the last night, at the end of the day, I felt completely unproductive, that I had accomplished nothing for my day. And I like to accomplish something every day, no matter what it is, even if it's something small or something big. And I accomplished absolutely nothing yesterday. And I have to admit, I didn't like the feeling. I can't see that that's going to happen again, because I think I'm going to be mindful of that. That for me, I like to be productive. I like to have something accomplished for my day, be it work, or even if it's that I have planned to take that day off, that I am spending it doing whatever. But I really didn't like the feeling of being unproductive. And while I know it's nice to take a rest and take a day off and take time out, I think when you've made that decision, it's a conscious decision that you've made to take time out. Yesterday wasn't. Yesterday was, I don't know what yesterday was. So that was my day yesterday. Yeah, I don't think I liked it. And I don't know what to make of it. So what I did accomplish before yesterday, from last week, was some progress on my my new cowl design, Moon Garden. So I think we'll move on with that. Now, Moon Garden is my, as I said, my new cowl pattern, and I am using these two yarns here. These are Eden Cottage yarns, Tempo 4-ply yarn. This is the Woodland colourway, and this is the Eschnaps colourway, this bright silvery grey colour. This is, as I said, the Tempo 4-ply, and it is 75% wool, 25% nylon. And I'm trying not to knock the yarn here, that it goes flying. So I put this down in a mid-round because my marker is all the way around the other side. So I was here the last week when I showed it. So I have made this much progress. Now I wouldn't have worked. I don't work on work. That is too many works in the one sentence. I don't tend to work on Knitterarium patterns and designs at the weekend unless I have unless I need to pull a working weekend. So at the weekend I didn't work on this. So I was here. So this is here. I am on I've just the remainder of this section and then one smaller section before bind off to work on it. So it is very nearly there, and I am really hoping to have this with my testers at some stage over the weekend, or maybe very early next week. I was planning on getting work on this done yesterday, but as we have established, that didn't happen. So anyway, this is my new cowl design. Moon Garden, and that's how far on that is. The new sock design that I was working on, that is my Christmas sock design, that is with my editor and with my testers at the moment. I have finished and completed the first sock of that design. That is in here in my little gingerbread bag, because where else would you keep your Christmas design in? So I'm just going to show you the foot of this. So I have it completed. This one is off the needles. I need to just cast on the second one of these. That was a job for yesterday, didn't get done. So I need to cast on the second one of those and get that knit up. So hopefully today I will be casting that on and making some progress on it. I will be releasing pictures, sneak peek pictures, and the name very shortly, so I will. I know I haven't said the name yet because I was just keeping it a secret for just a little while longer. Now excuse me for a moment, the design that I was tweaking the lace chart for yesterday morning, that is for a new design that I am starting hopefully this week. I have the pattern drafted up, so it's ready to go, and I have retweaked the lace pattern in it that I'm now happy with it, and it is going to be called, it's for a wrap, and it is going to be called Midnight Sunset. And the yarns I'm using are, this is Eden Cottage Yarns. It is the Langdale Aran, the Langdale Superwash Aran, and it is 100% merino wool. This is Eden Cottage Yarns ball band tag. So it is Langdale Superwash Aran, and it is 100% superwash merino wool. So it is so soft and squishy. So the colours I'm using are these. This is Stone, and the other colour with it is, this is Stone Crop. So this is kind of like a pinky peachy colour. So that's those two there. And then the other colour I'm using is this Thunder colourway, and this is a purpley grey kind of colour. This is Thunder. So the three colours together are these, and this is going to be, as I said, this is going to be a wrap, and it is going to be called Midnight Sunset. So that is those. So that is what's next, planned next for On the Needles. And as I said, that pattern is drafted out, and it is just ready to go. And I am keeping that in my Game of Thrones bag. I love that bag. So that is really all I have for the inside world of Knitterarium. We will move on into what's on my needles, because I have no finished objects this week. So we'll move straight on into what is there on my needles. Now, last week I was showing you some yarn that I was going to start. I was going to start a new pair of socks because I had finished my Wildflower Honey socks. So these socks I am calling my chalkboard crayon socks, and I'll explain why in a moment. So the yarn I'm using is this self-striping yarn from Strand Designs. Crean is based here in Ireland, so this is a self-striping yarn, and it is called, this one is called Chalkboard. Now what I am teaming with this is, I had this small little mini, if you can see that, in this yellow colour, and I've used this the toes. And what I am going to do is find, because there are lots of different colours, you'll see blues and yellows and reds and greens in it. I'm going to check my stash for if I have some primary colour minis, so that I can do the heels in a different colour and the cuffs in a different colour again. Maybe something like red and blue, or a green, or something like some primary colours. So these socks these socks I am knitting, sorry, they're all in a tangle. I am knitting these 2 at a time. These I think are the first pair of socks I've knit 2 at a time. Yeah. So this is what I have so far. So these here are the little progress keepers I got from Jiggles and Beans. I have a witch and the little Frankenstein. So you'll see my toes are in, I'll turn them around this way. My toes are in this yellow, and then I've just started the stripes. You can see the stripes are just forming, so it's black, and then we have all this speckled after this, and it's got all those primary colours of pops of red and blue and yellow in it, and turquoise and green. So it's getting really exciting. I changed my chair from last week because my chair last week was annoying me, creaking, and I must have picked the squeakiest chair in my kitchen to sit on. Yeah, because it's creaking too. So I should have just stuck with the one I had last week. So these are my socks. So this is why I'm calling them chalkboard crayons, because of how those are going to stripe up, and I'm really looking forward to working some more and seeing the stripes come together on them. They're just a plain vanilla sock, 64 stitches. They are on 2.25 my chow goo. I am using a 70, now this is my interchangeable sock set from chow goo. I'm using a 75 centimeter cable, and I've been wondering if I should have a slightly longer cable. I can manage them on it, and we'll see how I go with them. I am managing them on it, but I'm just wondering, should I have maybe a slightly longer cable to knit them on. What if you knit 2 at a time? What length cable do you use? If you just pop the answers down below, that would be really helpful. So what else can I say about these? So yeah, so as you can see, I have the yellow toes. So I'm just thinking that maybe red or blue might be lovely for heels. And because this is striping yarn, and I don't want to interrupt the stripes with a gusset, where I'll be increasing and the stripes will get thinner. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the German short row heel that I like to work on them. So that's what I think I'm going to do on those. That's the plan anyway, so it is. So yeah, that's all I can say about those. So as I said, that's why I'm calling these my chalkboard crayons, like socks, chalkboard crayon socks. I don't know what I was going to say there now. So yeah, that is the progress I have made on the socks, on my socks so far. They just come with me in the car while I'm doing school runs, and they come with me for appointments and different things like that. I am housing those in my, this is a bag also from Karina. This is Karina's card strand designs, and you will find her on Etsy. And they're in this lovely little poppy bag, and I have a matching TPN cover for them too. So they are my socks, and as I said, if you knit your socks 2 at a time, if you could let me know what length of cable you use, that would be really helpful. Thank you. So the next project on my needles, it's my Grace cardigan. Now my Grace cardigan is by, I'm going to show you now. This is by, when I find the front of it, oh my gosh, this is by Jane Richmond, the Grace cardigan. This is it here. So you'll see at the top there is a little bit of lace, and then we have just plain stockinette sleeves and the body of it. And I am knitting it in a similar colour. The yarn I'm using, I've just thrown it. Just thrown it across the floor. Oh, I'll start that again. The yarn I'm using is Eden Cottage yarns. This is the Milburn 4-ply, and this is 85% BFL and 15% silk, and this is the Autumn Fields colourway. So it is this lovely autumnal brown, and it is just, I love this colour. It's gorgeous. So the wait till I see, I have it upside down. Okay. Right. So this is my progress keeper down here. So I've made this much progress over the weekend on it, and I really only knit on this. So I was here, and I've knit maybe 2.5 inches maybe on it. I am halfway through. I'm halfway through the waist. I'm halfway through the waist shaping on it. So I'll turn it around the way it's going to be worn. So this is how it is going to be worn. So you'll see the lace top, and I'm trying to see if I've gotten all of that on the screen. So this is how far I've gotten with that. Yeah, I popped this on. I popped some podcasts on at the weekend because I was way behind on my podcast watching, and I put it on, and I knit away on it, and because it's just plain stockinette, I didn't have to concentrate too much except for the rows where I was doing the shaping. And as I said, I'm halfway through the waist shaping on this. I'm halfway through the waist shaping on this, and this is just, it is so easy to follow. It is so relaxing. It is just, I'm really enjoying this pattern, so I am. I cannot say enough good things about it. So I'm really looking forward to making some more progress on this over the weekend, and I really can't, I can't wait to get this off the needles and to be able to wear it. So I can't, it'll be lovely. So yeah, it's going to be brilliant. So that is my Grace cardigan. I am knitting this on my 4mm high sharps. I had to go up a needle size or 2 to get gauge, and yeah, I like how that's looking with that needle when I swatched. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to having this. I don't think there's anything more that I can say apart from I really like it, but I think I've said that. So that is my Grace cardigan. So it is growing. It is growing. It is just, yeah, it's lovely. That is my Grace cardigan, and there's nothing more I have to say on that. I am housing it in my Alice in Wonderland fondant fibre bag. This bag tends to be my garment bag. This tends to be my garment bag, so it's in there. We'll pop that back in there. I have to go fetch my yarn, my ball of yarn, which is halfway across the floor because it rolled. I have to go fetch it in a few minutes when I'm finished. The last thing on my needles is my scythe shawl. I am knitting the scythe shawl as part of the You Are Amazing Shawl Knit Along, the one that's finishing up that I have, and I have made very little. This is the scythe shawl. This is here. In this gorgeous fawn and chocolate colour. It's beautiful. I love the colouring in this original one, and it is scythe. I'll have popped the name up on the screen for everybody. Now the yarns I'm using for this are in Cottage Yarns Titus 4-ply yarn. Now the Titus 4-ply yarn is 75% merino wool and 25% silk. So this is so smooth and so soft. This is Wild Orchid, this colourway. So it is this beautiful speckledy colour. It is lovely. This is Wild Orchid, and this is Rosebud. That's what I'm teaming with it. And this is, I don't know if the camera would pick up on it, but there are these flecks of gold and gold throughout it. It's not just a semi-solid pink. There is just these flecks of gold throughout the rose bed. Now, the progress I have made, it's in a knot as well. I put these back into the bags carefully, and I never know what happens when they come out in a jumbled up ball. So I was here where is my little progress keepers, and so I knit just a tiny amount, maybe just an inch or so. I knit that at the weekend, and I really just wanted to be working on my grace. I did take it out and I did make a bit of progress on it, but I really just wanted to knit on my grace at the weekend, so that's why the scythe shawl has had so little progress on it this week. So I am into the second section here, and I am over. I'm over halfway through, I think, on this second section. I think I'm just going to double check on my notes. I normally scribble my notes all over my printed patterns. Yeah, I'm over halfway through on this section, so I am. And I'll get it up close so you can have a look at the side stitch and a better look at the pictures. Colours. I can't even English now. So these are the speckles, and then this is the pink that's going on, and it's lovely. And there are little flecks of pink dotted throughout the Wild Orchid, and the Rosebud just picks those up. So it's just lovely. Oops. This is the progress so far. I'm most likely not going to be finished this one by next Tuesday, but I don't mind. I am thoroughly enjoying knitting on it, and I'm really enjoying the pattern. So I don't mind the fact that it's not going to be complete on time. I'm going to spend part of January next year finishing up any shawls that I didn't complete in the Shawl Knit Along this year, because I have a couple of them. Where just other things cropped up and I was working on different things. So that there is my scythe shawl. I'm looking forward to having this one off the needles. I think this one is going to be lovely to wear. It's a big triangular shawl, and it's going to be lovely in the winter time to wrap up in. So that is my side shawl. Let me see. That is my last thing on my needles that I have to talk about. We will move on into Treasure Trove. Treasure Trove today I have some yarns I ordered from Elm Tree Yarns, and they are Diane of Elm Tree Yarns has been running a series of flower fairies and different yarns dyed to the little flower fairies pictures, and they are gorgeous. I have a few of them already, but she had some other winter and kind of like Christmas themed ones that I wanted to get, and so I ordered some of them, and they have arrived. This one here is this is the Elm Tree Yarns ball band. This one here is called Winter Jasmine Fairy and Blue Tit, and it's these beautiful creams and browns with these beautiful blues. Look at that blue there, and these goldy yellows and greens. They're just fantastic. Now this is superwash merino, nylon and stellina in it, and there is 400 meters to this 4-ply skein. So this one is just gorgeous. This one is as I said, the Winter Jasmine Fairy and the Blue Tit, and I just love it. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I ordered that skein. I also ordered I think this one might be one of my favorites. This one is Snowdrop Fairy, and this is beautiful soft greens and a little soft biscuity colour. It's beautiful and lovely. I just love this one. This one is Snowdrop Fairy. Just that there is the tag. That one is superwash merino and nylon. It's 80%. The Snowdrop Fairy is 80% superwash merino and 20% nylon. I'm not sure what this one was. But if you check out Diane's Elm Tree Yarns store on Etsy, and the link will be down below, you'll be able to see. Now the other one was this one is Christmas Tree Fairy. Isn't this just gorgeous? And it's just those twinkling colours that you will find on Christmas trees. It's just gorgeous. There's these soft pinks and blues mixed with these golds and yellows and greens, and it's just, this one now is superwash merino, nylon and stellina again in it. So it's got that sparkle. You might be able to see it there. And as I said, this one is Christmas Tree Fairy. And the last one I ordered was, this one is Pinecone Fairy, and this is superwash merino and nylon, and it is these, look at those greens, aren't they just fantastic? This is Pinecone Fairy, and these beautiful rusty gold colours throughout it. These are just fantastic. This one is Pinecone Fairy. So I'm really loving that series from Diane, and as I said, I have a few of the other flower fairy yarns that she has dyed up. These were just some of her winter ones, winter and Christmas themed ones that I had ordered. And I know she has a Christmas themed yarn. She has a Christmas themed yarn, or it's definitely a winter one, because I think it's called Winter's something. I'll put the name of it up here. I've ordered a skein of 8 for as one of the prizes for the You Shine Like a Star knit along. So the winner of the You Shine Like a Star knit along that is starting in November, they will be getting a skein of Diane's Elm Tree yarn in the winter. As I said, I'll put the name up of it. Winter something, and I can't think what it is. So I will have those to show hopefully next week. They have been dispatched to me, I know. So that's all I have for Treasure Trove. It's just those skeins of yarn. So I think what we'll do is we will move on into our Chitty Chit Chat section. Chitty Chit Chat section this week. What have I got? As I said, I did speak about I did speak in the Inside World of Knitterarium about how unproductive my day was yesterday and how I really disliked that. I didn't I didn't like that at all. The other thing, I do have a question that I will get to. I'm trying to think, what did I do? We didn't do anything major. No, we didn't do anything major over the weekend because we had another storm come in. It wasn't as bad as the ex-hurricane that we had, Ophelia. That we had Storm Brian come in. This is nearly the first of our storms that we would be expecting to receive this winter. So we had a lot of rain and we did have wind, nothing like the ex-hurricane that we had a couple of days beforehand, but the fact that it came so soon after that is what was really worrying everybody, because we still had a lot of people in the country who didn't have power and water back, and we didn't have any water Friday night and Saturday night. It had been turned off just so that the levels in the reservoir could come back up a bit, and the reservoir happens to be just up past our house, so we were definitely on the line for it to be turned off. So we did have that, but it wasn't too bad. But I did spend quite a lot of the weekend indoors, and we watched some movies, and I just sat and knit and watched movies with the children all weekend. It was lovely. It was really relaxing. It was lovely. I know they have school this week, and this Friday they get midterm break for they get their midterm break. I'm not sure what I was going to say there. Maybe over Halloween, because Halloween is next week, and midterm always happens on that week. So that's happening, and I'm really looking forward to that, because that means I can turn the alarm clock off and not have to get up and down to the alarm clock. So I do know that happens, and that brings me to the question from Glengarve 2007, and that's Caroline, and she had a question that she had been wondering, because she had joined the Ravelry Group, and I had been chatting with her, and she had checked out my profile on Ravelry. Now on Ravelry, my profile is Celtic Knits, and I'll put that up here, and I haven't changed it to Knitterarium. But she had been wondering about, because she had read my profile, she had been wondering what ages the children were, what age ranges, because she had noticed that I have 8 children. And so she was wondering what age ranges they were. So I told her that I would answer that question here on the podcast. My eldest is 17. He's sitting his Leaving Cert this year. That is the last year in our secondary schools, like your high school, I suppose, if you're in the US. And it is what you will do just before. Your results from those will determine whether you go, which college you go to, and whether you get your whatever you want to study. I suppose that's a bit of a roundabout way of explaining it. But he's 17. That's James. Dominic is 16. He's in transition year, so he has he's just sat his junior cert, and he's doing transition year. So he's doing, as well as doing lessons, he's doing lots of alternative things in school. Alan is 14. He is doing his junior cert next year. Quiva is 13. She's just started in secondary school. Rory is 9. Benjamin is 8. Elizabeth is 7. And Evelyn is 4. So that is the age ranges 4 up to 17. So I did tell Caroline that I would speak about it on here on the podcast, because it is they're my biggest job, I suppose, more than designing for Knitterarium. They're my biggest job. So they are. So I did say that I would chat about that. Let me see. I don't think there was anything else. If you've anything else that you're wondering about, pop it into below or in the Ask Me Anything thread. There is an Ask Me Anything thread that you can pop anything you're wondering about into it, and yeah, pop it into there or into the show notes in the Ravelry Group or below. Anywhere you're, I should hopefully catch it, so I should. Have I anything else? I don't think so. I'm not sure what the plans are for this week. I know some of the children have some birthday parties to go to and a few other things this weekend that they're planning. So I'll be doing mom taxi. And I know my smallest was home from school yesterday because she was just feeling really under the weather, and she was just not feeling great. So she had a day off yesterday, and she seems better and much happier going into school. We're still having just a few niggly sort of settling in issues. She's still not completely happy with separating from me. She's happy once she gets in there. It's just the whole separating from me, and we've tried it that different people have taken her to school, but it doesn't seem to work. So we will just continue, I suppose, to write that out. So I think that's all I have for Chit Chat. I don't think I have anything else. No. So I think maybe we shall leave it there. So I want to thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed this episode, please do hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe, because that is the only way to get notified of any new uploads that I have to the channel. That I do know. And those buttons they're down there. I think they're down there. Yeah. So thank you for watching. I hope you all have a very happy knit-filled week, and I will see you all again next week. Happy knitting. Bye.